me, LIFESPILLER79. It's my show. Glad to be back, man. Actually took a little vacation, even though I've been dropping videos. Some of that stuff was old, and I just been trying to push out as much material as possible. But on this one, I wanted to talk about some of the games that have been on my wanted list probably over the last year, and some of them I finally found. So I'm pretty pumped about it. One of the well, I have a whole list of games that I wanted to get through. Some games I'm still looking for. Some games I'm hoping to get maybe over the next week or so. But or over this year, I should say. There's a lot of games on my goals as far as like games that I want to knock out, and I didn't even get a chance to talk about the games that I wanted to get this year or get throughout this year, or some systems and stuff like that that I'm actually looking forward to. I'm hoping to get the Wii this year, because there's a lot of RPGs. Like I said, I've been diving heavy into the RPGs lately, and so trying to figure out there's some other systems that I want, but right now I'm just going to take my time. So anyway, with all that long-winded stuff being said, I just wanted to say thank you again and say hi to all my new subscribers. Thank you for tuning in, watching my videos, liking them, leaving comments. As you can see, I like to comment back because it keeps that interaction, keeps the flow going, keeps the juices flowing, gives me ideas on what videos to do next. But let me get to the list of games that I got on my wanted list. The first game I got, it was for my N64, was Perfect Dark. This game is awesome. It's probably shortly after, maybe with the same company, Rare. This game is pretty awesome. It's one of the first-person shooter games I ever played, besides 007. And pretty much you're like the secret agent trying to infiltrate other people's organizations, find out any corruption that may be going on and stuff like that. But what makes this game awesome is the storyline, the action. It's got the missional thing going on with objectives that you got to complete, and there's a lot of communication back and forth with this robot that's kind of got like a little futuristic look to it and stuff like that. And the graphics for the time, it held up, and this is a really good game. If you've never played it, I suggest you get it, and definitely check this out. You can see that. You can actually see her eye. That's pretty cool. Perfect Dark. The next game that was on my wanted list was NFL Blitz. Reason why, even though it's just a regular old football game, it holds a lot of nostalgic memories for me. It's like one of the first games that my son and I played when he was a little kid. I think he was probably about 3 or 4 when it first came out, and every day he would come home from school and rush in and want to play Blitz. Let's play Blitz, because he's a very competitive person. He likes to win. He doesn't like to lose, and so every day we used to come in together and we would play that. And we fired it up the other day, and it was really fun and it was crazy. But yeah, that and the original NFL Blitz. Now, everybody that knows me knows that I am a big Mega Man fan. I've got different variations of Mega Man's collections. But what I'm looking to do now that I am like into collecting is to complete the Mega Man collection. And I just happened to be walking through the store and I found Mega Man 3, and it's in really good condition, as you can see with the spine and everything. Yeah. There it goes. I just want to make sure it's focused. But it came in really good condition and everything, and I fired it up, instantly played. I played it on my emulator for the first time ever last year because I was so in love with Mega Man 2. I really didn't have time for no other Mega Mans. That and Mega Man X, I actually was probably the only ones that I really put a lot of time into. But yeah, Mega Man 3 is pretty good. I'm more than halfway done with that, so I'm keeping that up. And I'm also a big Strider fan, and I actually found, I honestly didn't know that Strider came out on the NES until last year. And so I was just walking through the stores and happened to find it. And can't go wrong with a Capcom game, so definitely I'm glad to add this to my collection. Nice condition and everything. I haven't even had a chance to play this one. I've been so busy playing other games. And this game actually will now this next game will actually complete my trilogy as far as the Double Dragon go. I didn't even expect to find this. I walk in the store occasionally and I just quickly go to a section where I know they put a lot of games. They basically put the games behind the case. So I was saying to myself, let me check and see what they got today. Because now that I have a variety of systems that I collect for, I mean, I'm able to pick up several different types of games. So I got Double Dragon 1, which I already had in my collection, and Double Dragon 2. But the other day I found Double Dragon 3. And when I say this fucking game is hard, it's hard, excuse my language. This shit is hard as hell. It only gives you so many men. This is them old school balls to the wall NES games that just don't make no fucking sense. You get to the end, and I watched numerous YouTubers. I watched their gaming channel. Even the angry video game nerd. He was like, "Really? That's it? You die once, or actually, I think you get 3 lives, and I mean, your energy is being depleted so quickly. You're like, okay." And then I got the game over sign. I was like, or game over screen. I was like, what? That's the end of it? I was like, oh my God, this game is fucking hard. I ain't even picked it back up since. But I'm just glad to complete the trilogy. But at the same time, I was like, damn, this shit is hard. And so anyway, I'm gonna pick it up because I honestly like games that challenge you, that mess with your head and make you revamp what you're doing. Now, this next game that I got, I actually been looking for a while, and I have been trying my darndest to clean this off. Is for my Super Nintendo, is Super Ghouls and Super Ghouls and Goblins. Is it Super Ghouls and Super Ghouls and Ghosts? Couldn't read the label. As you can see, there's some label damage. Well, not label damage, but there's some writing on here. I've been using some Goo Gone or whatever to try to get this shit off. But yeah, this is a pretty awesome game. This is really fun. This is about as fun as the original for the NES. I actually am thoroughly enjoying this game. But I've always been a fan. I even remember Super Ghosts and Goblins at the arcades, man. I love this game. This is up there, man. I'm definitely enjoying that. And the next game I've been looking for, and my good buddy of mine that I grew up with, he was taunting me the week prior before I got this game, which is Castlevania 4. I love Castlevania. I mean, I'm going to try to complete the NES because I got 1 and 2, and I'm looking for 3. I know eventually I'll get that. I want to get Bloodlines and then Dracula X. And I love Symphony of the Night. Oh my God, that game is so fucking awesome. I picked that up probably about 4 years ago, and I actually got it as a digital download, but I want to get the actual copy for the PS1. Only thing is, every time I run across it's about $25. So if I keep running across it at the same price, I'm probably eventually just go ahead and snatch it up and go ahead and get it. I don't want the green label. I want the black label if possible. So yeah. Anyway, here it is. And this game is really fun, man. If you haven't had a chance to play it, I started playing on my emulator last year because that was my first time ever playing the game. I didn't even know it existed. Because I didn't get that many games on Super Nintendo, and if I did hear about games, they were through friends or other people that I knew, or I just happened to be over somebody's house while they were playing the game. Let me see what time I'm at. Okay, I didn't want to get too long-winded on this video, but yeah, that was another game that I got. Now the next game I got, because actually I am deeply in and heavy into Sonic. I've been looking for this game at a reasonable price because every time I see it, it's like $10 and above, And I'm not going to pay that much for a PS2 game, regardless of the content of the game. I mean, I was just like, there's no sense in that. And I actually went into a pawn shop and I found it for $1. And I was like real leery about it because, most times those pawn shop games, when they're $1, sometimes they don't work. But the reason why I wanted this is because it had pretty much every single Sonic in this game complete. It has the Sonic 1 through 3s. It's got the let's see, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, the Dr. Robotnik Egghead thing. It's even got the games that I've never even played on the Game Gear, because I never had a Game Gear. And there's like 4 or 5 of those games, and there's games that you can unlock, extra content. So this is definitely, to me, it's a gem. Even though it's a greatest hits, I mean, it ain't always got to be about it being rare or common or whatever, but it's just got to be something personal, something nostalgic to you. So it's got all the Sonics on there, so I'm pretty cool with that, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. And I only paid $1, and that's definitely been on my wanted list. Next game, I used to have this on the PC. I've been looking for this for a reasonable price. Every time I see this game, another game that I'm seeing that was more than what it was supposed to be, and kind of drives me nuts. And I think I paid about $5 for it. But I finally found it, and it was Doom 3. I can't wait to play this. I had the Doom 3 on my PC years ago. I even had the Resurrection expansion pack. This game is hella fun. So if you haven't played this, definitely pick this up. I've heard good things about it being on the Xbox. Actually, my boys over there at Game Shed, they suggested it to me because I've been trying to build up my Xbox collection. I think at this point I'm about 40 games in. Almost 40 games. Somewhere between 40 and 50. And as a matter of fact, speaking of which, those NES games have crossed me over. I think Mega Man 3 was probably number 50. And then my Strider game was probably 51. And then Double Dragon 3 was 52. So at this point, I'm at 52 NES games, man. And trying to build up my SNES games. But golly, it is a mother. And let's see, I think there was another game that I have that I just got the other day that I am so excited about, was Street Fighter 2. I am so glad to add this into my collection, man. This game is so badass. For me, it all goes back to the arcades. I didn't think they would be able to incorporate what we played at the arcade. Somebody did a side-by-side of UN Squadron. Actually, it was Happy Console Gamer. Jeez, I'm stumbling on my own words. But yeah, he talked about that, and he was showing the side by side, and it was just showing the power of the SNES, man. And this is just another game that just speaks volumes about the strength and the power of the SNES. Because I remember Street Fighter at the arcades, man, and to bring this home, man, I was so excited. I have the special edition on Sega Genesis. I want the special edition, and I know there's a code where you can play the same guy and it'll be a different color. I just hadn't even looked it up, but I was playing like crazy last night. I found it the other day for like $5, so I definitely nabbed it up without a second thought. So that was another game on my list. Now, this was a game that I used to have, and I actually wanted it back, and because it's just really good. It's from Ninja Theory. For my PS3, it's called Enslaved. If you haven't played this game, it's about this character named Monkey. He's basically trying to get some freedom and the whole save the world. And if you look close, you can actually see the character from, oh Lord, now my brain is fried on me. I'm having a brain fart moment. I cannot think of her, doc. I can't think of not Ninja Blade, but it was like one of the first PS3 games that got released. She's on there, and if you look close, you'll know who I'm talking about. If you gamers have played the game that originally came out on the PS3, like one of the original games, she's on there, and I'm probably gonna think of it after the video's over, and I'll be like, damn, that was her name. But yeah, she's from that. And Enslaved basically is the lead character. His name is Monkey. He's basically trying to save the world, trying to break free and get some freedom and stuff like that. And they actually meet along, and she thinks he's this type of guy, like he's a bad guy, and he's trying to prove to her, but he's also trying to show her what's really going on in the world and help her out. Now the next game on my wanted list was Jack and Dexter Collection, just because I'm a big Jack and Dexter fan. But what I like about this is because it's a trilogy, and it's got all 3 of them in there on one disc, and I'm going to just keep it sealed. Why, you ask? Because I feel like down the road, this is going to become of some sort of value. A lot of those games that are trilogies on one disc, they're going to be worth something one day. So I'm going to buy another copy. But this has been on my hit list. Every time I try to go in the store and get it, it's gone. Just like the Mass Effect trilogy, it's gone. So that's all on one disc for the PS3. So yeah, definitely on the lookout for that as well. But yeah, that's been on my hit list. Now, this other game that's surprising to me, because I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I've had every one. 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations 3. And when I heard about it being on the ship again and it was a Black Flag, because I wasn't too impressed with the mechanics. I didn't like the control setup. I didn't like the scheme on Assassin's Creed 3 when they did that. But I have to say, this game is beautiful, man. And the storyline is awesome. They automatically, I guess they learned from a lot of fuck ups that they did with Assassin's Creed 3. And they realized you're supposed to go ahead and dive into the fucking character. You don't wait 2 damn hours to do that and make people sit around and wait and get pissed off and then have to wait for this bullshit. And then you finally get to the character, but the game turns out to be subpar because by then you're so pissed off. You're like, oh, okay. So Assassin's Creed 3 was good to me, but it still wasn't the best one. Assassin's Creed 2 is still like my favorite one. But I have to say, they fixed the mechanics on the ship. The control setup is a lot better. The graphics is beautiful. The storyline. What I've always loved is the historical standpoint of Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed franchise. They are vets, man. They are the best. They are awesome. They just, yeah, they're good. So I'm glad to add Assassin's Creed. And if you can see, this little sticker I thought was hilarious because it says buy it. It's like buy it 29. It's almost $29.99, and it's almost like teasing you with it. And it's like, I might as well go ahead and get it. So yeah, because it's half the price. So I went and nabbed it up at some movie store. Now this is another awesome game that I'm so glad to add back into my collection. My son, he actually loved it, and he's playing it currently himself. And the first one was okay, but the last one, or the second one, which they had talking about doing a part 2, and I actually seen the trailer years ago, and I got this game day one when it first came out. I think I even got like a little extra, I don't know, I think I got like an extra code or something like that, a demo code. That was just cause too. This game takes everything to new heights. The magnitude of the game, from being in the ocean to being in the mountains to being in different climates, different weather, rain, sleet, snow. I mean, non-stop action like a movie. This game is awesome. So I am so glad that this is back in my collection. I've waited more than several years to get it back because every time I saw it, it was too much. It was like $25 or $30, and I even seen somebody online. You can look it up. They did a setup to where every like 100 people could play online together at one time. It was some freaky thing that they did, some setup. I don't know, some computer nut basically. But yeah, those are all my games that I've added recently to my collection, and they were on my wanted list. But that's pretty much it. And currently, I'm still playing Ni no Kuni. My character is like at a level 50 at this point, and I'm about 40 plus hours in. I am balls to the wall trying to finish this game. Like I said in my podcast, this is a game that I want to knock out and be done with, because I'm diving more into the RPGs. I might take a little break because it's taking up a lot of my time. But yeah, other than that, I'm LIFESPILLER79, and I'm out. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on my show. Thank you.